At 10, my father had gotten baptized. And so my thought was, at 10, he's 40, I'm 10. If I get baptized, he'll like me. So same Sunday, I'm like, I want to get baptized too. So I got baptized, and the pastor, preacher, whatever they're called, just thought it was the cutest thing, father and daughter. Well, when we got home, my father beat me to a pulp for stealing his show because I got baptized. As I got older and could get out of the house, then there's no way in hell, literally, or heaven, that I was going to attend a church. And I had this customer, and in this part of the world, you're in the buckle of the Bible Belt. Church people give business to church people. So I would go to some churches where my bigger customers were and let them see that I had come to their church. Hey, I'm at your church. Love that God, the whole thing, right? I was playing it big. This one guy determines that I'm just like the biggest liar under the sun, but he doesn't judge me about it. He gets like a dozen people making a pray for me. 3 years of these people making a pray for me. All along the way, he would say to me, sometime my wife and I each had gone to this thing, and it changed our lives, and I think you would love it. You should go. Like, I'm going to spend a week with a bunch of church ladies. Hard no. And I'd always go, I should do that sometime. I eventually went, kicking and screaming. To go on it, you had to load on a bus and drive several hours, 6 or 7 hours south to this ranch. And I'm on the bus, and here's a customer, and I'm going, I effing hate you. I effing hate, but it was a complete word, right? I'm just like, okay, I'm an all-inner. This is a great way for me to get more evidence for Team Lisa. This business of being in love with a God who doesn't see us is stupid. I'm going to use it to gather evidence. So everything that they did, I bought into and went on. I was full bore. We're just going to do this. I'm going to do it as big as they say to do it, and I'm still going to be right. Well, like on day 2, they have this thing called Starvation Day. Some people call it fasting. And on the fasting day, they give you this notebook. You go out onto this big ranch. We'll go find a spot, just you and God. Ask God where He wants you to sit. I'll go where I want to sit. First thing in this book is salvation. There's just several pages about salvation. And I'm reading it, and it made so much sense. And you'd think I'd go, oh, this actually makes sense. No, now I'm more angry because I'm now in my 50s, and no one ever told me this. No one has ever said this. So I just tore into him. Okay, if you're here, I have some things. Can't not like you more. You couldn't possibly not like me more. Why did you let this? And where were you when? And really, I made one last pray with all my might. And then my twins were born early, and I didn't really want them to go. But they did. And that was just, what were you? Where were you? They were kids, and you did nothing. And you put the brothers and I in this incredibly violent environment, and you did nothing, and you did nothing, and you did nothing. And I'm swearing, and I'm sweating. It's January, and I'm sweating, and I'm crying, and I look up, and he's standing there, like physically standing there. He's wearing overalls. I wear overalls everywhere, so for him to wear overalls was about as perfect as it gets. He's got his hands in his pockets. And I said, I know who you are. I've just been so cheeky. I know who you are. He's like, I said, after everything I've said, why are you here? And he goes, no, bring it. I can take it like a man. Say it all. So I just bowed up, dollied up to the bar, and just continued my rant. And he was still there. And he was still so casual. Didn't change his posture, didn't get ready to dupe me back. And he said, okay. No. Nothing you have said has changed how much I love you. And I felt like that revelation thing. I felt like dead to the ground. You have this whole notebook, all these things you were supposed to do for the day. He just stayed, and we just talked and explained, and then he left. It was time to go back. I'd been out there, I think you're out there about 11 or 12 hours, I'm not sure. And I went back. They bring a little cup of broth around. I'm like, you gotta be kidding. It's hamburger time. Everybody's telling their stories of the day, and I realized, oh, there was a lot more in that book that we were supposed to achieve today. And I didn't do any of it. So I was invited, do you want to say anything? And I was like, no. Later I read that part about Mary. And when Simeon and Anna spoke to her, she kept those treasures in her heart. But I also realized she didn't keep them forever. She told somebody because we know about them. And so that time to tell eventually comes the next day. You know, it's the big meeting because everybody knows Patty Pagan, right? It's clear. This go to this Camp Jesus jail thing that we were all at, this Kool-Aid event, it's for people that are already believer people and trying to get the next, trying to get closer or better or something. And it's clear I'm not even like one of y'all yet. Everybody got to sit down and how you doing? And so we just have some questions. You know, our first question is, tell us when your salvation story was. Well, everybody else, their salvation stories when they were 7 or they were 5 or they were 11. Or I said, well, mine was yesterday. And so there weren't interview questions after that, because you got a novice, you got a toddler for Jesus on your hand. And so they sat there for a second, and then they said, I think we'll just sing. And they sang, Jesus Loves Me.